Okay, make a little video cutting some of these junky set out white pines here. Really wet right now. There's some bigger timber on down the hill there. Skitter's having a hard time getting out there right now, so we're up here in this junk. I haven't made any videos cutting with this in a while, because it gets fairly boring to me, and I figured that people got bored of watching it, but apparently not. I've had a couple people to ask me for some dangle-head videos, so here it is. And yes, I know this is hot saw fodder here. And we don't have a hot saw, but when these trees get about 2 and 3 times this big, that's when they're my fodder. And the hot saws are having to hit them from 2 or 3 sides. I'm not going to participate in that debate anymore. I'm just going to cut and go on. Chain. I hit a rock with this chain yesterday evening, and I still hadn't changed it. That rock was loose in the ground, so as the chain was sawing it, the rock was moving, so it didn't hurt it much. But this chain is a little dull. Sharp chain, this will go through these trees about 1/4 to 1/3 faster. I usually don't change them until they plumb quit cutting though, because it's such a pain to go home and have to grind chains for an hour. The reason I'm spinning around with all these, because we're logging cable skidder here, not a grapple skidder. It's way too steep for a grapple skidder. Even if it's dry, a grapple skidder wouldn't log it through here. Might with chains on it, but when I turn around there, I can see that they're clearing the ground good, and everything's laid out good for a man on the ground to manually hook a choker to them. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to turn around and do that when I could just let them fall like that and slide them off to the side a little bit, pile them up. But, I mean, logging with a cable skidder, there's no huge hurry anyway, so. I can cut for about an hour with this thing, and it'll take a cable skidder all day to clean it up. Or when we're running grapple skidder, depending on how close to the loader we are, they can usually stay. If we're close to the loader, they can stay fairly close to me. Especially in hardwood and stuff. And this set out pine now, there's nothing pace with me that we've got here, but yeah, with cable skidder, I have no problem just walking off, doing whatever. I hate cutting for a cable skidder. It's boring because you're constantly hurry up and wait, seems like. Let's steal this good one here. Got that new 395 clone holds forma. I'd like to get the other side of it is really steep and rocky, so I have to be hand cut. Don't have any roads over there yet. I'd like to get over there and spend the day with that thing, see how it's going to pan out. I normally won't cut pine with a saw that big. Just to see how it's going to do, I'd like to use it a day or so, make some video. Aaron Lynch is porting a 372 clone for me right now. I hope to have it in my hands next week. No pressure there to perform, Aaron. If you don't get it, you don't. Aaron and I are going to cross paths sort of next week. We're about 200 miles apart. I thought, you know, to get the saw in would be great. Save a lot of shipping fee and all. Be my first ported saw ever. I just kind of recently got the ported saw bug to bite me. We'll try to actually learn how to do it myself and get my shop built, which I don't know if I'm going to pull it off before winter or not. It may be spring. But back to the, yeah, this thing, these cool mornings, that chain will smoke, and it's not necessarily that it's dry. There's so much humidity in the air and the heat it's putting off. It's just like your hot breath when you breathe on a cold morning. That's what the chain's for. It's not actually, I'm not actually frying it on a dry bar. It's just once the sun gets up and the humidity starts to die down some and all, it quits doing it. That used to bother me when I first got this thing. I finally figured out that it's just the humidity and all. It's not a lack of oiling. I hope you can hear me good. I bought an external mic for the GoPro. It's actually an Akaso GoPro type camera. The sound and the battery life are my two complaints. Other than that, it's a good little unit. I still hadn't opened my external mic, lapel mic, whatever you want to call it. I still don't have it. I've not even got it out of the box yet, so I don't know how good you guys can hear me. But back to that big saw, that 395, man, that thing is it's a monster. I've got a pile of locusts out here where we eat lunch and all. We've got a 55-gallon drum we burn a fire in. We've got a pile of locusts out there. This job's been infested with locusts. But we tuned them up a little yesterday, the 395 and the 500i. The 395 is rocking a 24-inch bar, and the 500 only had 20 on it. And I will say, there's a rock. Better watch it. I will say that 395 had X83 X-cut chain on it, where the steel had steel chain, which I like steel chain, but now that X83 chain is wicked right out of the box. I mean, you got to hit the drag some, but it's got a good factory grind on it. The difference though is huge. I mean, that 395 just destroys that 500i. 500i was a great disappointment in my opinion. Still hype that. The rep, there was a rep, I claimed to be a rep, I don't know what he was, from Mid-Atlantic Steel. Actually, it was that steel dealer in the town where I live, claiming that that saw was going to outperform the 661, 2, whatever it is they make now, that big, took the place of the 660. They were claiming the 500i was going to outperform that saw. I don't know. I've not ran one of those, but I know the 500i, to me, is comparable to 572, 462. It's not what it's cracked up to be, and we all were promised this, that, and the other, run out and paid 12, 13 people paying $1,500 an hour for them, and to me there's nothing special about them. They're heavy, too heavy for the power they've got. Like I say, they don't outperform a 462 steel or a 572 Husky, either one in my opinion, but maybe slightly. And tremendously heavier, tremendously more expensive. The real, what people call four-strokey, I think. They're not good lemon saws. They're not, I don't know. They got something good to work off of, I think. I think they can make something out of it, but I have that 500 saw. It's not for me. I think if they improve on it a little, make a few less cc's or something, turn it loose a little bit more, they'll probably have a pretty good saw. Like I say again and again, I'm not just specifically hating on steel. I think a 562 Husqvarna sucks, and some people love them, and I absolutely hate them. I raised myself, so to speak, with steel. Built. I don't have any kids of my own. I have a stepson, but so I can't use the expression of raise my family. I don't know, but I built my house and built my life with a steel. I mean, because I started working in the woods about 19 years old, and I was in my 30s before I switched to Husky, so I'm not on a mission to hate steel, but that 500i is a dog, sort of like the 562 Husky was, in my opinion. Some of the 576s I've had in my hand, Husky, at the auto tunes were dogs. and I've had a good one or two. The first one I bought was one of the best saws ever owned. I can't remember if it's the second or third one. I used 572s, I mean 576s exclusively for a long time. And second or third one or the other I bought was crap. I think I owned 4 total. The fourth one was a pretty good one. Those saws weren't real quick, but they would pull in hardwood, man, they would pull. The last one I had, goober that worked for us, he was trying to be helpful, I guess, but he poured a fuel additive in there in my gas, and about 2-3 days later that saw locked up, and I dug that bottle up, and sure enough that bottle says do not use 2-cycle engine. Imagine that. But anyhow, 572 had just came out. I traded it for traded it on 572 as a hard saw. You know, they gave me a couple $100, 150 or something for it at the Husky dealer. And in my opinion, 572 is the best saw Husky's ever made out of the box for the guy, you know, that's going to just buy it and run it and make a living with it and ain't worried about porting it or anything. 572 hard to guard. Have my hands on 592 in limited capacity. I know they're wicked stout. Not really ready to pass judgment on one yet. I'm going to buy one when I have $1,300 to throw away. Might have been $1,350. I can't remember if the cheapest I could get one, but I think it was $1,300. Chunk of money, man. Saws are getting expensive. That's what's got me interested in porting these Chinese saws. I mean, heck, if you can buy a $300 saw and learn to port it yourself, there you've got $300-400 in a good, powerful saw, as good as pretty much anything you can buy. I mean, that $395 I just bought, my first Holtz Form experience was bad. That $395 seems like it's hard to tell from OEM. See, now this tree here, I said I wasn't going to debate the hot saw thing, but that's about the limit of what you're going to cut with a hot saw there and hitting it in one lick. And I can cut the tree way bigger than that in one pass and not move. Like I say, all in all here, man, a hot saw's going to go ring, 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 and smoking me, but the farther down the hill you get here and the trees get bigger and bigger and bigger, that's going to change. I'm going to speed up and that hot saw's going to slow down. I've had people want to get in knock down dragouts with me over that, and I understand. I mean, you got a $700,000-800,000 machine versus this $300,000 machine. You're going to want to defend it. But it is what it is. Everything's got its place. If one thing was the best, bar none, there would only be one thing. we give a plug to this Ryan's head. I think we're at about 21 months running this Ryan's head. Our seat's starting to squeak. We'll do something about that. But anyhow, we're pushing 2 years running this Ryan's head. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to jinx myself, but I've not even changed the hose on this thing. It's had a hose or two to get loose and developed a leak or two, and anything that takes the beating that thing does, that you can expect that. It had a leak on it when it was brand new, first or second day. I found it, cut and dry, tightened the fitting, it's fine. This thing is, I mean, just look right back up to there if you can see for the sun what we've done since we've been talking here. I mean, this is a 100 load a week machine in timber like this, more than 100 in timber like this. That Ryan's, it's some good stuff. This 3550 head, man, it has taken a beating I could have never dreamed it would take. I knew we were making a good decision going from chainsaw cutting to this rig here, but I never knew it would be as good as it's been and be as capable as it is. I mean, since we put these single grouser 24-inch pads on it and got them 32 triple grousers off, this thing's just nasty. It used to, that's a pretty good sized tree there too, but this thing used to just be like on a banana peel. Times like this, it's hard, real hard to steer. You're always having to use your crutch or pogo it, whatever you want to say. You know, you always had to do this deal right here. Not anymore. Turns pretty good on its own. These single grousers on it. Look, there's a rock. Look at that. Try to. Well, that one's breaking. If I can, I generally try to throw it out of the way because it's just hard on the undercarriage running back and forth over. You gotta be careful. Picking up rocks with this head because you can see those spikes in there. That's a whole lot of your grip right there. You gotta keep them babies sharp. You don't want to squeeze rocks up against them. Some people, there's a lot of people set these machines like this up here and have been total failures. It's been a total failure for them. I don't know. See them sticks laying on there? That stuff actually gets inside the head there. You have to keep it cleaned out in there where the valve bodies is. If you ever see me banging this tower on a tree like that, that's me knocking the sticks out there, keep as much shit from getting in it. But I know some people that have bought these rigs, really nice first class, on new excavators, and just couldn't get nothing done with them, and trying to sell them within a month or so. And I don't understand that. I guess one guy said it wasn't no good because you couldn't, well, your windshield's sloped back. I've got a piece of like 3/4 lake sand over my head in my cab protection, and this thing has a transparent sunroof, and I can see up through there, but I hardly ever look up through there. I'm usually looking through the windshield, so I didn't understand that excuse. And I don't know. You really need to be, before you jump into this, you really need to be proficient on an excavator before you advance to putting a cutting head on it too. And that's an advantage I had. I've owned excavators and ran them for years besides logging. But yeah, I've not. This is such a good setup for us. I just don't understand how anybody in this part of the world could not have good results with it. About coffee break time here. They're giving some rain today, but looks like it's going to be a nice day. This little Pelican mug here, I'm going to brag on it some, man. This thing, I had one of the old style Pelicans. I'm a Pelican cooler fanatic. I love Pelican stuff, and their big coolers are actually 100% made in America. It's the only cooler, according to Outdoor Life, it's 100% made in America. And they will hold ice for like 2 weeks, but anyhow, something finally happened to my old one. Oh yeah, I set it on the back of my truck and drove off one morning and lost it. But anyhow, I like this one because it does not leak, period. Just bump it. You're ready to drink. My old one, if you turned it up, it would leak like most all of them do, but yeah. It's kind of off subject, but that is an awesome mug. Keeps my coffee hot from 5 o'clock in the morning till in the afternoon if I don't get it all drunk by lunchtime. So, another product I recommend, but this video is getting kind of long, kind of loaded with my useless opinions like always. I think Aaron Lynch texted me there a minute ago, and then get back to him. He's working on that saw for me. Asked him about porting the 2-stroke 4-wheeler. Hilarious. I don't know if he's up to that or not. That may be why he's texting me back, but anyhow. Y'all be safe out there and have a good rest of the week, and I hope you enjoyed this, watching me spin around and around cutting these toothpicks. Maybe I'll get some big timber and show off some of these saws here before long. But for now, like I said, be safe, and I'll catch you later.